Hello YouTube. In this video, I'm gonna tell you how to study your data, and probably I'm gonna show you a little bit about how to channel the ways that I do. But the thing is, usually I don't share the kind of template because, to be honest, there are so many templates that I was using in past, and I just keep changing and improving my channel. And I think that is probably something you want to do yourself, because it's like you are writing down your emotion, you are writing down your traits, you are logging the thing you want, and you are writing it in someone else's template, and probably you will give up soon, because if you cannot create a template with the colors that you like, with the column, with the row the way you want it to be, then probably you don't know what you are seeking for, you don't know what you want to log. Because let's say my template is too simple for your strategy, especially for the one that want to take partial, my template is useless. And and for the one that do scalping, you cannot do my template. So there are so many templates, and if you go to channeling on YouTube, probably you will see that in the comment section everyone is asking for the template to download, and that is probably not something I want to do, because again, you don't want to write your story, you don't want to write how you trade using someone else's template. You want to create your own template, you want to create your own story in the theme that you want, in the way you want to do it. And that is very good start, because when you don't like the template anymore, you can optimize, you can change it the way you want. But if you don't create that template, you will not know how to optimize it, how to change it, how to make it look better. And yeah, just be creative. And I'm using Google Sheets, and it's free. And yeah, let's go to the video. Hello YouTube. Today we're gonna talk about the traits that I actually took in my Forex Fund Challenges documentary series, where I actually trade the 300k funding challenges. And all the trade right here are the trade that I actually took in the first 3 episodes. And if you already watched the video, probably you will see I explain why I entered the trade, why I get out of the trade, and the rules that I follow during the first 3 episodes. So these trades are poorly set and forget. This means I'm gonna let it go to my take profit, or it's gonna go to my stop loss. So here is the final result of the challenge, which is I fell. And one of the beautiful thing about set and forget rules is that the data that you collected is gonna be beautiful, and it's very easy to study and easy to see what it means behind the trees. So let's get started. So when I do set and forget, I actually log this trade, go to right to stop loss. This trade go to 2R before go to stop loss. This trade 0.7 and then go to break even. This trade, so you can actually see that, for example, this trade they actually go beyond 4R, and I log every single thing. So now let's say the same trading data, if I change it to 1-to-1 risk reward ratio, you have this. You're gonna see, so the win rate from just 30%, 20%, now it went up to 41%. So what does that mean? That means if I'm using the same rules, but my risk reward ratio is fixed to 1-to-1, then this is my final balance after around 17 trades. And here you can see how you will perform with the same strategy, the same reason that you enter the trade, but totally different result. Now, let's talk about 1 to 2. You're gonna see the win rate now is around 29%, and the final balance is 291. And this true trade turned out to be from losing to winning if I using fixed risk reward ratio 1 to 2. And here is 1 to 3. You see they are basically the same result of the official account, but this one, because I using 1 to 3, I actually allow the trade to run more. That means I'm gonna get more profits, as it is a final balance compared to the official one, which is here. So there are not really much of differences. Now let's look at 1 to 1.5. Now you're gonna see it's beautiful, isn't it? Compared to 1 to 1 risk reward ratio with ending balance around here. But with 1 to 1.5 risk reward ratio, now the trade, my winning rate is more than 40%. And my final balance, they are not negative, but they are actually in profit. So that is something that I have to note down in my mind, and like the risk reward ratio, they are not only reflect how you trade, but it also reflect your psychology as well. And I will talk about it in a minute. Now let's see 1 to 4. So basically 1 to 4, they're basically the same to 1 to 3. But because I allow the winning trade to run longer, this one I get like AR, more than AR in 2 trades. But eventually I still ending the balance at negative. So, and you will be surprised, as a negative risk reward ratio, my win rate compared to this, now it turned to this. Now see how crazy it is? All the same trade, but at 1.5 R, I take profit, and here is the final result. All the losing trade, they turn to winning trade, and my ending balance is very close to break even. So this is a very, very interesting experiment when you allow yourself to study from your losses. Because most of the time when we heard about 1 to 1.5, man, that is something we don't want to have in our trading. But here it actually gives me more profits. And if I win more like this, what does that mean? Does that mean I'm gonna have a better emotion? I'm gonna have a better like psychology to continue the challenge. I'm gonna have a everything's a lot better, because when you win more, even you are not making profit, but actually you survive, and your emotional state is very, very good compared to this. It's all just fucking red. And when you do things publicly and you lose a lot like this, it's like triple amount of stress. And yeah, I don't like that. But it really surprised me when I take my profit shot, just 1 to 0.5, and you're gonna see this. Even I'm not making money, but just look how difficult it is to lose money as well. And the winning streak is like 6 trades in a row, and the losing streak is like just 2 trades in a row. So that is definitely something I have to look at. And this one is also proof upon that negative risk reward ratio some trader, some robot, I saw it actually making money. So don't let anyone else tell you to think or to follow their trading system. You need to see your trading data and you decide what is working for you. Even negative risk reward ratio, you don't see a lot of YouTube video talking about it, but here it actually show pretty good result. And you can actually optimize it for even better performances. Okay, so now let's looking at the final data. I think this one is gonna be extremely beautiful thing. And what I just show you is basically the fixed risk. And I haven't shown you the cut risking time yet. But here you can see actually everything you need after studying your real trade, your even it's loss, it's win, whatever. But here you can see that when I'm using 1 to 2, 1 to 3, 1 to 4, and my risk rewards is good, but my win rate is just not good at all. But when I change it to negative risk reward ratio or 1 to 1.5, what do you see? You see that the drawdown is very low. And the profit here, this one is actually the best one right here. For now, currently, this is the best scenario. And let me tell you something. This doesn't mean that 1 to 2 or 1 to 3 doesn't work. But this means my entries is always late. And obviously when my entry is late, that means my impulsive behavior that make me always enter the trade too soon or too late, that make when I enter the trade too soon, usually I get stopped out and my win rate decrease. And when I get into the trade too late, this means it's very, very hard for me to actually reaching 1 to 2 or 1 to 3 or even 1 to 4. So that is something about the entry. And this is something that can be solved by limit order or stop orders. Because there are very difference between having a plan and how you execute the plan. Because let's say you have a beautiful entry pattern, you have a beautiful trading model, but most of the time if you are impulsive like me, and when you are impulsive and you are using the market order, usually you get it right, but usually the result it turned out to be less than you expected. So in this case, if I still use market order, probably I'm gonna lower my expectation. And if I'm gonna keep using 1 to 2 or 1 to 3, probably I'm gonna use limit order. Does that make sense? Because it doesn't mean because everything right here is the real data you collected from the trade you make in live market condition. So emotions are calculated into the kind of data. And when we cut the risk, what is cut the risk? That means after a loss, let me show you. I think it's somewhere down here. Here, 1 to 1.5 with the cutting risk scenario. When I win a trade, when I lose a trade, I cut my risk to half right here, from 4,000 to 2,000. And if I win a trade here, I increase the risk back to 4,000. Does that make sense? So you're gonna see the final balance is positive. Now compared to this one right here, let I try to here. Compared to this one, now both of them are ending in profits. This one is a little less profit, but if you compare the largest drawdown right here is 13,000, but this one is only 8,600. So both scenario right here, fixed risk still give profit, but you need to handle larger drawdown. But cutting risk still give you profit after 17 trades, but it gives you less drawdown and yeah, less emotional mood swings kinda. So I think both of them are good. And it also showed me that it didn't matter much if it is fixed or cutting risk. If your strategy, how you perform is good, then eventually you will turn out just fine. So having an edge is really, really important, and how you understand it, how you optimize it is even better. Now, the same thing, cutting risk. So that is an example of cutting the risk. And you can see that even cutting the risk with 1 to 3, 1 to 2, and even 1 to 2, 1 to 1, they are not as good at 1 to 1.5 or 1 to 0.5. So from this kind of data, it actually gives me the best scenario is this one. And it gives me more information not only on my strategy, but also on who I am as a trader and how I should either my trade or how I should limit my trading frequencies. Now, I'm going to show you another very interesting experiment, which is reverse state. So when I do reverse state, I'm going to give you, I think this one is reverse here. So what is reverse trading? Does that mean, let's say for this one, I target 1 to 2, but instead of selling, I'm gonna buy, and instead of buying, I'm gonna sell. And let's say my take profit now become my stop loss, and my stop loss now become my take profit. I'm not sure if you are getting it, like, but everything is reversed. The sell order becomes the buy, and the stop loss becomes the take profit. Everything is reversed, and here is the result. So you can see the result is insane. And sometimes the risk reward is just 0.2, so I cut in my profit very short. And because usually I'm trying to target my take profit is usually bigger than my stop loss, so when I revert, it turned out to be something like it. And you're gonna see how crazy the win rate is. And when I try it with cutting risk scenario, here revert and cutting risk, you can see when I lost the trade, I cut in the risk, and they turned out just fine as well. Here is 3 state of cutting risk. That means when I win, I increase to 6,000, but when I lose, I decrease it to the lowest risking scenario, which is 2,000, and they turned out even better. So from this kind of studying, you can actually have a really, really good understanding about your strategy, how to develop your trading style, and like, yeah, there's so much to study from, because if you never see the thing with your eye, you never believe that you actually can do better with 1 to 0.5 or 1 to 0.1 to 1.5. All we heard about is just 1 to 2, 1 to 3, 1 to 4, 1, and here 1 to 1 is still underrated as well. You can see even 1 to 1, I didn't make a lot of money, but I survived. And I survived so much better than 2, 3, 4. I'm not saying that this cap is not possible, but this data is show me that I am not ready to do 1 to 2, 1 to 3, 1 to 4. And in order to achieve this kind of profitability, I really need to change something. I really need to study and work more on my strategy, on my edge, on my, yes, so many things. So that is basically it, and I hope that you find this video insightful. So basically, I'm gonna tell you how to create a similar Google Sheet like this. It's very easy. So you don't need to ask for how to download it, where you can download the template. You can actually do it yourself and make it even better. Now, for this one, you can see that. Let me delete this one. So they are basically nothing, no formula, nothing complicated right here. I just basically type thing and stop. And then what I do, I just using here color, I bow it up here, done. See it? There's nothing complicated in this thing. So you know how to do this one. Very easy. Just color and here, bow it up. So here, see, nothing special. Here, no formula as well. So basically just euro. Let's type some balance, and you're gonna see I should use colors. Yeah, and here, let's say tie it with the day. Now for the day, when I click here, you can see I can choose the day I want. So here you don't see it. So how you do it? Here, data validation, and you add the rule. Here, create criteria use to a valid day. You're done. Now you click to it. It allows you to choose whatever day you want. This one basically the same, so I'm just gonna copy and paste here. Here you see, nothing special. I just tied up. Here, I just tied up. Here, same thing, I just tied up. Here, done. Alright, so here I tied up. Do you see anything complicated? Now, here in London, I actually tied up and I marked with color, but I'm gonna show you how to do it even better. Now, you're gonna click here, selection, and data validation. Now you add rows. You see criteria, you have a drop down. Now you're gonna using easier for the color, and London for the color. You add another one. Let's say this for New York section. Done. Now you see, isn't it beautiful, isn't it? Whenever you try, you just do whatever you want, and it's beautiful and better than me. As a result, basically the same drop down, so you can do the same thing. Data validation, add rule, drop down, win, and lose. And for win, you see always green, lose maybe red, whatever. Here, choose it. Easy. Now the total amount of money. So the rule I use is that I use condition formatting. What is condition formatting? Here you see the rule here is that when the price is greater than zero, it's gonna color is this one. And I add another one, which is when the value is less than zero, then I'm gonna fill it with different color. Done. See? Now let's start it. 1 auto color. Now let's -1 here. So let's say I'm losing 4,000. It's gonna color for me. And if I'm winning 4,000, it color for me. Done. So risk reward ratio, basic formula now. So I'm gonna using the total of profit of that trade. I divided for the R value. So what is the total? You see here is a column K25, and I divided to F25, and I got this one. Maybe you need to format it, number, choosing this, and you got here the same thing. And when they basically the same, when the number is greater than zero, we have this color, and when the number is less than zero, we have this color. So you're gonna click here, you copy, you click here, use to pass special and format only. Then you're gonna have this kind of colors condition formatting. But sorry for the number thing, I got here. So let's tie it to see it automatically color the way you want it to be. So net profit, the same thing. It's just basically using previous net profit, but with a new trade profit. So M24 plus with K25 here, done. And you still copy here, and you here got the special format only. Done. Easy. It's super easy. Here, same thing, just the previous balance plot with the profit of that trade, the N24 plus with K25. Here you copy, here you bet the special format only. Done. You see how easy it is? Now the win rate. So for every trade, I have a win and a loss column. If the trade a win, then this one I count at 1, this one I count at 0. And win rate is basically equal to win column, which is B25 divide for the total of trade, which is the B25 plus with the Q25 here. So you got, and you turned it into percent. Where is the percent thing? Here. You got win rate 100%. And for this one, they are basically just they symbolize it. I think this is wrong. You can just tie it like the daily limit thing, 1 on 3, 1 on 4, whatever you want to, and that's it. And you just calculate and you write things down yourself. So basically, there's nothing complicated or special about my channel at all. And I hope that you can learn and you do it yourself. You can even make it even better. I'm a very simple man. I cannot do so complicated stuff. And for this charting, basically the trading view. You using the trading view link lies here, and you just click to it and you go right straight to the chart that you want. That's it. So that's done for the tutorial. I hope you enjoyed the video anyway, and I see you on the next video.